What is up, everyone? We're on episode 2. I'm Pickle Gaming, and we're here with.
Swanky Triple D.
Alright, we're just gonna go over like the different hardships of streaming, for all of our new streamers that do want to get into streaming. Um, so let's start this off. How long have you been streaming?
I've been streaming since December, so that puts us at about 4 months now.
Oh, wow. So,
hmm
what is your following at in the last 4 months?
Well, on Twitch, I just hit 400 followers.
Oh, yeah. That is
hmm
amazing
hmm
for 4 months. Wow.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
definitely going above and beyond. Holy, it took me. I actually just hit. So I've been streaming for about 10 months and I just hit 400 about a month ago.
Really, yeah. Well, I research a lot, and I'm like, okay, I gotta hit these numbers on all my other social medias, and yeah, I've probably been a little bit more fanatical about it. I'm a business owner, and so I kind of use a lot of like what I knew trying to grow my original business. Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel really fortunate. I know I just hit 1,500 followers on Twitter, and that's really been the
Oh,
biggest
wow.
push for my growth.
I actually just started my Twitter a couple months ago. And so many people talk about Twitter all the time. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, you know what? Why not try it? I had no idea how to use it. So instead, I was just scrolling through reading stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been starting to learn about like how you can retweet and how you comment and like
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm at a little over 100 followers on there now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still learning how to use Twitter. It's been around forever. Apparently, I'm behind on times.
Well, I got Twitter like almost 5 years ago, and I never used it. I was like, this is stupid. I don't like it. It was like all this political stuff. But when I did Twitter for gaming, game changer. I think that really, if you're gonna grow and you want to grow fairly quickly, I think Twitter is like 100% the way to go.
I use TikTok a lot.
Yeah, TikTok's great too, but I only have like 200 followers, and I started Twitter and TikTok at the same time.
Oh, really?
So I've got 1,500 in Twitter and only 200 on TikTok, and I've been hitting both of them just as hard since December.
Yeah,
So
TikTok, I've definitely learned it's you gotta stay like in your algorithm because like if you miss one day, like it just seems like your videos just they don't move.
mm-hmm.
I'm just shy of 1,900 followers on TikTok.
Damn, that's awesome.
I mean, it's slow growth. A lot of it came from I posted a video, so I was trying to find more small streamers to raid. I
Mm-hmm.
posted, drop your links. Unfortunately, the hard part about that is everyone has so many different schedules. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
over here trying to like rate all these people because I got over 10,000 views on that video. And the
Wow.
amount of links that were dropped, I kept trying to find people that were live. I did find a couple people that were live when I was trying to rate out, but like I'm a late streamer because I'm married, got kids, so when they go to
Yeah.
bed, now it's like okay, now it's my time to, hang out with
Yeah.
my community. So it's really hard to rate out with a lot of the links I'd gotten. I still try. I actually I did almost a 10-hour stream the other night. A few drinks were involved.
Yeah.
6 in the morning came really quick, but somebody in my community recommended this streamer. So, we said let's go rate her. She had 20 followers, I think. And she was completely like frantic when the raid came in. I was like, well, that's weird. Like, usually people are like losing their minds. And she starts saying that she's never had a raid before. And I came in with a
Wow.
raid of 9 or 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
So this girl's absolutely losing her mind. She's like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I feel so
That's the
blessed.
best. That is the best.
I was so happy that my community is like, oh, hey, you know what? Let's go stream this or raid this girl. And I was like, yes, like this is
Mm.
amazing. Like it felt so good. She actually jumped into the Discord. Like she thanked me and like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I told her if there's anything you need, like I got you. She's on a PlayStation. I don't know. I think she's streaming directly off PlayStation and using a phone. She's got no webcam or
Mm,
anything, so I don't know if she's
yeah.
trying to make something of streaming or if she's just doing it for fun.
Yeah, no, you got to start somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely harder when you're just doing it off a console like that.
Yeah, that's how I started. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started doing it just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what inspired you to start streaming?
Well, my son got me involved, and then I'm like, what am I doing? I'm sitting there playing the game and I'm talking to myself, and half the time I was just staring at the screen and I'd watch my videos again. I'm like, this is boring. Like, no one's gonna watch this. And so I asked my son, hey, what do you do? He's like, well, I don't know. I don't have any followers. And I'm like, oh my God. So we're sitting here blind leading the blind. So as a dad, I'm like, okay, if my son's gonna become a streamer in the future, he wants to be this famous YouTuber, I need to understand how it works and how to make it work, right? I mean, I just want to be able to be a dad to be able to pass information. And so I did a lot of research, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me go get a nice webcam, and let me start to figure out the different programs and how do I do overlays. These are things that my son never did, and so by the time I started putting it all together, I'm like, this is badass. Like, I was starting to get excited. I felt like, they said, okay, you want to go on all different social medias, right? Because Twitch is not the best at being able to promote you. If you're not a big wig, you're not being seen. So you need all these social medias. So I'm like, okay, I downloaded all these new apps. I started creating the brand and started figuring out how do I repost some of my clips. And then when I saw my clips, I was like, that was badass. I want to do that again. And how can I make it better? Right. So I think that going down this journey of trying to be a streamer to help my son, I've kind of got hooked, and it made me a better gamer, and it made me want to do more and figure out more. So I think part of the journey and having fun with it is it's part of now my gaming experience. Like, I don't know, like it's not the same. We're not playing on the original Nintendo Super Mario Brothers anymore. We're playing games. We're talking to new people. They're telling us, hey, try this game, and I'm like, I would have never tried that game, but because they said, hey, let's play, I download the game, and next thing you know, I'm sitting there playing Pokemon Unite. I'm not a Pokemon Unite kind of guy, but hey, it's a pretty badass game.
So, what games do you all stream?
So I'm a Fortnite guy. I would say predominantly, mostly Fortnite, just because I love the game so much. But I've got a friend who's into Apex, so I downloaded Apex. That's been fun. I have another friend who's into Call of Duty, Warzone, mostly first-person shooter games. And then now I have another streamer friend that got me into Pokemon Unite, and when we play, it's just a lot of fun. It's different.
So, you're a variety streamer then?
I would probably say I'm more Fortnite. It's just I've been dabbling only because I've got friends and they want to play something different, and I'm gonna go and play when they're gonna play that game.
Makes sense. What are different things you've learned over starting your channel?
Hmm. Well, let's see. That's a big question.
It really is. I mean, some of like
What have
the amount of stuff that is available to streamers, like it is insane. Like I'll scroll through like TikTok and I'll be like, hey, that's a really cool website. Like I just found this one where when you get a hype train, there's a little train that goes at the bottom of your screen.
No way.
I
That's
just
sick.
there's just so much available. I mean, it's a huge question, but
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's incredible because there's so much software out there that they don't charge for. That's the thing that blew my mind, right? You can go to Streamlabs, you can go to Stream Elements, you can go to um was it 3D own 3D, and they all have this like baseline of free stuff, and you're just like, wow, I could do this, I could do that. It's not like the best of the best, but it could throw up a little overlay that makes you look kind of legit, right? It has your name on it, has some like little flashing lights or whatever it is, and you're like, I dig this. And then you start to look at their other products and you're like, all right, I'm going to throw $40 at it and get something a little more custom, right? Or you can hire a graphics designer that's going to go and do it super ultra custom, right? So what I felt it was that there was all these different levels, right? I went in it saying, I don't want to spend any money, right? Like I can afford it, but I don't want to spend it until I start making some money, right? I want to become an affiliate, right? So my focus was I spend $0 until I become an affiliate where I have the opportunity to make some money. And I did. I was able to get free overlays, free the program to be able to stream. I was able to just get little things when people rage you. A little dinosaur pops up and bounces up and down, and it's like cool. Like this is awesome. Yeah, it's basic and it's the free thing, but I was doing it. I was going through the motions, and now I replaced this bouncing dinosaur with my face going, yeah, and it's custom now. So now it's cool because now you can kind of start plug and play, move things over. So what I found was that you don't have to be the biggest streamer. You don't have to have the best of the best. You just have to get out there. You meet people. When I was streaming from Xbox, I didn't have a camera. I tried to put my iPhone and I was trying to make I don't know what I did. I think I went through some app like House Party or something, and I was trying to like stream it onto Fortnite so that I could see my face, and it was all glitchy as hell, and things looked all pixelated, and half the time my face was frozen in one spot, and then I graduated to a PC, and then I started putting, I got a nice webcam, and then the lighting and the sound and the Yeti, all these little things. This Yeti. Oh, by the way, I didn't even ask you about the sound. I put it on broadcast. Does my voice sound okay?
Yeah, it sounds
Because
great.
sometimes, okay, because sometimes it makes me sound like I don't know, like Barry White or something. So my friends are like, "Would you just change that voice changer? It's really annoying." So, but anyway, I think that's kind of the thing is that if anyone's scared about starting a stream, like they don't need to look at like the big wigs of the game and try to compare themselves to them because they're not them, right? They don't have the followers, they don't have the funds, because these people are getting paid out, and so they can reinvest into their systems and upgrade and become more pro. But in the beginning, you could start this with like no money. I mean, well, I don't say no money, but you know what I mean. Like you don't have to dump thousands of dollars to get it started. Um, so I've learned that you can build as you grow.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I was saying earlier, like I started with a PlayStation 4 and I was just doing it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of consoles nowadays, like, they have that accessibility right in their hardware where you can just hit go live. If you have a console laying around, a monitor, and a controller, I think you're golden. If you want to start streaming, I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
great start. I mean, you're never going to be noticed if you don't ever start.
Yeah. And I think that people follow you because they like the person they see. I am not the best Fortnite player, and I will admit it 100%. I'm proficient, but not the best. But I think the people that follow me, they just think this is a goofball that like plays the game and makes a joke, and I make them chuckle, and that's good. That's what they want. So I think people will follow you. You could be a great player, and that's why they follow you. You could have a great personality, or you could completely make all the mistakes, and people just laugh because whatever. It's all entertainment in the end of the day. So I think if you just promote yourself, I think you'd be fine. Like people, that's what it's about, right? It's about the
Mm-hmm.
people.
And I mean, I think that's like another thing too. Like, people forget to be true to themselves. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't put on like I'm this person on stream, but I'm this person off. Now, I was a very, very closed off person at the beginning because this is new. There's new people coming in here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I don't want to be too much, and I'm now to the point where uh, I don't care. I'm gonna be me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I scream, I rage, I laugh. I will get super drunk on stream and make a fool of myself, but that's me. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of people, I think almost forget that part of them. Like,
Yeah.
anyone that watches Sweet Tales
Uh-huh.
knows that you can be the funniest person and everyone loves it.
Yeah, yeah. I love it.
What are your
Yeah.
goals for the future?
Well, I have a business now. It's been about 16 years. I'm a contractor. I design and build, and it's been fun. I think, I've been in contests, I've won awards, and I don't know. I don't see myself just doing the same thing for the next 15, 20 years of my life, right? Because I'm 42 years old, and I'd like to like slow down and start enjoying life a little more. Because business world, it's really all about the hustle. It's constantly just waking up early, working, grinding. I mean, it's the same kind of stuff. But I think that if I could slowly shift into more of the gaming world, I think statistically they say there's over 65% of the US are gaming. Like that's a huge amount of people.
Wow.
And so some people are more fanatical than others, and but I know when I started playing Fortnite, I'm like, how did they do that? How did they get good? Like, what is it that they did, right? So I went on YouTube and I'm like, okay, what's going on? How did they do it? And I learned so many different tricks that helped me become a better gamer. Now it's kind of funny that I game and I post a clip and I get like people that comment and go like, I love it. I'm going to use that. And I'm like, no way. This is actually happening. Like something I did inspired somebody to do that technique or whatever it was, right? So I don't know. I think in the future, I don't see gaming going down. I think it's only going to go up from here. I mean, technology's getting better, streaming's getting easier. Streaming's becoming more popular than getting on Netflix and watching a movie or something. I'm getting a lot of people saying they don't even watch movies or TV shows anymore. They watch Twitch. That's what they like, and so I'm like, okay, well, if I can be someone in that game, whether it's still the way who I am now, or maybe another level up, or top of my game. Obviously, I'd love to be rich and famous based on Swanky D's back in action again or whatever. I mean, I guess that's definitely a thought every now and then. But I just want to have fun playing games and being able to like not work as hard. That's and I think it's possible in this type of media.
Well, it's definitely crazy, like especially like when the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
How many people were obviously down and out? Well, they had, means at the tips of their fingers, and a lot of people picked up streaming. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Twitch is definitely a great platform for it, considering the fact that they have so many different sections for it. Um, like I'm actually one of those guilty ones. I don't really watch TV services anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will sit there for hours on end watching streams. I
Mm-hmm.
actually went on to is it Twitch Tracker,
Mm-hmm.
and my watch time on there is a little ridiculous.
You're not going to mention it on this podcast.
No, no, like my
Believe me,
wife.
it's just high.
My wife will come home and she'll be like, "Oh, you're watching a stream," or like I'll be sitting here and it's 6 in the morning and I got like a stream over here and a stream over here, a stream on my laptop. I got one up on the TV, and I'm just like, "Oh, sorry, they're all gaming together, but I wanted to watch it from like all different perspectives." Like,
Yeah, right.
there was actually one day we were watching the same exact stream. We like to watch a lot of those gambling streams, and I'm watching the same exact person on my PC, and she has him pulled up on the TV. Because I had
Oh,
the headset. It's a completely different experience.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I
more
know.
like a 3D.
Yeah, no, I'll fall asleep. I put on I have the little, what is like the little pods you put in your ear,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be laying on my bed and I'll have my little tripod with my phone, and I'll be sitting there just watching it, and then I'll end up falling asleep. And in the morning, I wake up and, it's like still, still going.
Just following the raid over and over again. I can't
Oh, it's
count how
great.
many times like they'll raid out and I don't realize it, but it's to a stream that's a little bit louder than the one that they were, and they're screaming, and I'll jump up and I'm like, whoa. So I'll just turn the volume down because these smaller streamers, the view helps. So I just sit there and I'll
Yeah,
follow the raid over and over and over again.
it's great.
Like
That's great.
usually I leave my laptop up. I actually have it off right now because I fell asleep on it last night watching streams.
Hmm.
But usually I'll just leave it up with like a bunch of small streamers, and as they raid out, I just keep following the raids.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know how much longer my laptop's gonna last, leaving it on for weeks on end, but
Right. You need to replace that battery soon.
well, I just leave it plugged in, so I'm sure I
Oh,
fried it.
yeah.
Oh
Oh, it's
boy.
great. It's great. And that's the story of a lot of people's lives. And I
Hmm.
think that that's the thing that I noticed. The reason I'm a big fan of Twitter because I get to hear like just the little things that people put out. And it turns out that there's a lot of people out there that think that they're the only ones going through all this stuff, right? It's like no, we're all going through it. Like we're all pissed off, we're all having a good time, we're all, and different things trigger us, right? And so I feel like streaming is a way for us to connect with the masses in a huge way.
Hmm. So you said you were a business owner.
Hmm.
How do you balance running your business and your home life with streaming?
It's a little difficult, because you, you always want to do what you're passionate about, right? And so my business, I'm a passionate design builder, and it dominates a lot of my time. And now I'm very passionate about my gaming and the streaming and pretty much all of it. I mean, it's a package, right? It's not just gaming anymore. It's managing the social media, it's the streaming, it's the gaming, and all of it that goes together. So, um, time management is huge. It's kind of like almost being able to say, okay, if I had, and I have in my younger years, I had three jobs. It's like, okay, I'm gonna work my day job, I'm gonna work my night job, and I have my weekend job. And during that time, I had to like compartmentalize and say, all right, now I have my time, and if my girlfriend, I need to spend time with her, right? You just have to time manage it. And I think that that's the big thing because I can see how it can get away big time. I got a lot of friends on Twitter, and they're like, they got tons of following. They make $700-800 a month on Twitch, which I think is awesome. But that's their only income, and I'm going, holy crap! Like you could be struggling beyond, right? And you're just trying your hardest to make a living. So you definitely need to make the income you need in whatever job that you're doing. And if you're going to make a little bit during streaming, that's like a supplement. And hopefully at some point the streaming will make more money where you can let go of the other job, right? I mean, I've done it multiple times in my life where I was in the military, and I kind of moved into the family restaurant, right? And then from the family restaurant, I moved into construction. And I was in the medical field for a short period of time too. And every time I made these shifts in career and income, you always have to look at it as you need to be able to pay your bills so you're not stressed out. And then hopefully you build it enough where you can switch where once you let one go, then you're not hurting, you're going into the next, right? Um, so I'm kind of doing the same thing. I had to spend more time in my business and very little in streaming. And then the more I grow, then I'll see myself kind of winging out of what I typically do. So, but
Yeah.
it is difficult.
I mean, I've been affiliate for a while and definitely like the inconsistency of the pay. Like, it's crazy. I mean, one month
Hmm.
you could make, the $100 requirement you need, and like I'm gonna be humble. I'm not gonna, ever say how much like I've made as my biggest payout, but like it fluctuates, and
Hmm. Hmm.
I pray nothing but the best for your friends that are, grinding this full time, you know, only
Mm-hmm.
making a few hundred a month because you don't. It's not easy. I was blessed enough. My wife wanted to take more opportunities at work, so
Mm-hmm.
she actually went full time and told me, you know what? Why don't you push on your stream? Because you know I know you love to do it, and I was driving over an
Nice.
hour to work every day. Like I was exhausted. Like I actually basically put streaming to the side. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, like I was only streaming 1 day a week, and that's if I was, you know, motivated enough because I was so
Mm-hmm.
exhausted. And me
Mm-hmm.
taking that few months of doing that, like I kind of hurt my channel because
Mm-hmm.
consistency is definitely a big thing. Um,
Yeah.
I've noticed like a lot of streamers that are just starting, they're like grinding these long hours like every day, and it's like you got to have a balance there. It's okay to
Yeah.
take those days off. Like
Yeah.
let your community know. Like me, I usually let my community know within Discord. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm taking the night off. I actually took yesterday off because I stayed up all night and drank. Um,
Yeah.
so they understood. They laughed. But I mean, that definitely didn't stop me from hanging out in all their chats.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that the long streams I think is a little counterproductive. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong. I mean, I'm 4 months into a streaming, so who am I to tell people whether a long stream is good or not? But I'm 42 years old. I've got two kids that are teenagers. I've got a business that's thriving. It demands a lot of my attention. I can't be on a 4, 6, 8 hour stream. I mean, I guess if I were going to do a special event and I'm like, okay, we're going to do a huge long stream and you're scheduled, I get it. But I think if you are quality and you can push out an hour to 3 hours, I think that you're going to get, a lot of attention in that short period of time. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know anybody that would sit and watch the entire thing. They're probably going to want to come in, check it out, say what's up, and then they're going to want to jump in and see someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I think the only benefit of being able to stream for long hours is to try to see multiple people. But I don't know. I just think
Yeah,
it's.
I definitely think like so. 3 hours is like anywhere from 2 to 3 is like
Mm-hmm.
perfect because you know that first hour of your stream, it's usually really slow. You're not getting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, 10 people popping in right away when you're a small streamer, but you know when you start
Mm-hmm.
hitting that 2.5 hour mark, more and more people are starting to, you know, stop in. um
Mm-hmm.
the best advice that I was told is what you're streaming. So let's say you stream 3 hours a night. Make sure you take, you know, 3 hours out of your day as well to make content,
Mm-hmm.
network, you know, because streaming is just like the sliver of what you're actually doing. I mean, you have to make sure that like all of you, the mishap we had before we even started the
Mm-hmm.
podcast, and you have to make sure everything
Yeah.
is working. On top of it, now you need to go through your VODs, make sure that everything was like sounding good, you weren't lagging out. And
Mm-hmm.
then now we have to make our content that we're going to post on other social medias. We need to network
Mm-hmm.
with other streamers. So, like, yeah, doing these long streams, like, especially as a small content creator, I just don't see it being beneficial. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, once you have, you know, your editor and all that, then yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy
Right.
going from there. You just send everything over. But, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
especially like getting your foot in the door and stuff, like, you gotta balance all that out. Like, I actually,
Yeah.
that's why I stream later at night too, so I could spend time with my family. 'Cause, you know, once
Yeah.
everyone's in bed, you know, then it's all my time.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense, and I think that the um what was I gonna say? Well, the streaming is the main event, right? So and you're trying to like get as many people interested in coming to see the main event. So all the
Mm-hmm.
other networking and social media and all that, that's more important. Like you almost should spend more time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, you kind of hype up your main event and then you're, showing up and you're doing the dance and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's coming to see what you've been hyping this whole time.
Yep.
So,
Last question for you.
mhm.
What
I gotta
key
let's get ready for this one.
what key advice could you give a new streamer coming into the streaming world or just a small streamer in general?
Um, well, having fun is 100% key. The other person seeing you, they're they're busy, they're stressing, they're checking in just to kind of have fun. So that's contagious. Laugh a lot, be stupid, be silly. Some of your best friends that you like being around is because they make you laugh. They make you giggle a little bit because they're so silly. You're like, that's stupid, but it made me laugh, right? So I think having a good time is great. All the other particular things, they will come. I don't think, don't stress about having the right hardware and having everything perfect. Just I think having fun, and connecting with other people. Well, what I found was that there's so many people out there willing to help you. You post like, I don't know how to do this. There'll be like 10 people that will like give you instruction and direction. So um, I think the thing is just get started and enjoy it.
Great advice. So I want to say thank you for doing this podcast with me, the very first one.
Yeah.
we made it through all of the technical difficulties we had at the beginning. I definitely
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. Thank you again for joining the Daily Grind Discord as well. I will be dropping both of our Twitch links in the description, along with all the other social links. I'll be sure to go drop him a follow. And thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah.